What's up guys, it's Skill Up here with another Division video. I wanted to give you a very quick and dirty review of the Historian, which is the M1A marksman rifle that has just become available in the patch. It's available at the base of operations vendor for 204 Phoenix credits. Yeah, so look, I just wanted to do this quickly because I don't want anyone to buy this thing. Basically, it's not a great weapon, and I'm going to take you through why that is. But yeah, I mean, we'll just get stuck straight into it, I guess. Long story short, first of all, this is a classic M1A, right? The classic type weapons don't have the underbarrel mod slot. And that's actually a fairly big deal when it comes to a marksman rifle because, you know, if you fire, they're actually meant to be fired quite quickly. And the faster you fire a weapon, the more recoil it suffers from. So on, say, like an M44, the bolt action, you really don't need any stability style mods at all. But on an M1A, you absolutely need those. And so not having that underbarrel mod slot on this gun really hurts it straight out of the gate. So that's number one. Number two, we've got this base headshot damage of 157%. That's fine, but it's nothing spectacular. It can roll higher than that, so it's not an instant draw for that weapon. If we look at, of course, the major things where we need to think about are the talents. I can take you through those now. So the first talent up is Prepared. Now, Prepared increases your damage by 13.5% when you're more than 40 meters from your target. Now, 40 meters is really far, and you may feel like, oh, you know, the game will probably not make it too far and the talent will be reasonable, but 40 meters is really far. Now, if you go down to the base of operations, you'll see here that I'm shooting this back wall. That back wall there is actually 28 meters, right? So imagine another 12 meters on top of that. That's what 40 meters is in this game. Most encounters that you have in this game aren't 40 meters. They're not that far. And yes, absolutely, the M1A is meant to be used at that distance, but more often than not, you are not getting benefit from that talent. So just be aware of that because it's a little bit misleading. Secondly, we have Intense. Now, Intense is fun, I would say. It's on the very first bullet of your magazine. You have a 13% chance to apply the on-fire status effect to the target. Now, there's a few things in this. First of all, it's only the first bullet of your magazine, right? So every subsequent bullet after that has no chance whatsoever to put your target on fire, which is really lame, to be honest. Furthermore, it's after that first, bullet, on that first bullet, I should say, you've only got 13% chance to do it. So 1 in 10 roughly bullets are going to set your target on fire. I mean, obviously when it's on fire, when your target's on fire, it's a big deal in both PvE and PvP. It's a nice help because it can really sort of immobilize the target, stop them from using abilities and etc. But at the end of the day, the chance that this occurs is just not high enough, and there's no way that I would bank on this weapon in a PvE or a PvP context. I would not bank on this talent, I should say, in either of those contexts. So for that reason, it's not a great talent. Finally, we have Harmful. Sorry, the other thing I should mention on Intense is the electronics requirement. It's high to get that working. Like, it's really high. So unless you're running a skill power build, you are not going to be able to hit that requirement. So just FYI on that one as well. So the final talent that we have is Harmful. Now, Harmful is pretty good. I mean, it's a bleed that can be applied to your targets. In a PvE setting, it's not particularly exciting because it does a very, very small amount of damage. It's almost inconsequential. But in a PvP context, it's really helpful because when your target is bleeding, they are not able to run. Now, there are other ways to put, this bleed on your target, however, such as a handgun like the Damascus, which has the same talent built into it. And in my view, it'd be a much more efficient way to get your target bleeding. The other way, of course, is the new Predator's Mark gear set, which is becoming available this patch. And, if you get your hands on that, very formidable set in the Dark Zone. You're going to be bleeding, you're going to get people bleeding a lot. This gun is probably going to have even less use to you if you're already running that set. The other thing I would also mention, finally, is that a lot of people are going to be stacking bleed resistance now in PvP because of the Predator's Mark set. So, yes, you will have more chance to apply it if the target is not stacking resistance, but you will come up against more people who are stacking bleed resistance. So this talent is probably going to be, it's going to see a lot more situational use rather than just sort of blanket across the board goodness like we are seeing now. So yeah, guys, overall, the Historian, very, very disappointing. Please don't spend 886 Phoenix credits on this. It looks really nice, but you know, it's not a purchase that you will value. You will not use this thing regularly, so I would definitely give this one a miss. So guys, that's it. That is the Historian. As I said, it is a disappointment. We've been waiting so long for it, and it's just like most of the other named weapons, really not worth your time. So give this one a miss, and let's just hope that the other named weapons that drop for us are significantly better. Until then, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the Dark Zone. Bye-bye.